if anyone's even going to join me today, but I figured I would give it a try. This is going to be my first ever live stream on the channel, and we're just going to get started. I decided, since everyone's going to be out of the house today, they've all gone to the shooting range, that I will just, work on my painting upstairs a little bit and have some fun. So we're just going to get going here, and I'm going to see where I am. I'll just start with this one. This is my painting from Victoria's Moon. Hopefully everyone's having a good time, having a good weekend. We drove to Lewistown yesterday for the Choke Cherry Festival. It's a little under 2 hours away from here. We're in Great Falls, and it was pretty nice. It was raining, which is less nice, but the festival itself was really nice. It's like a yearly thing they do. I don't know. I guess the area is famous for choke cherries, but they have this big choke cherry festival every year. My cat, behind me, you can't see it on here, but behind me is the cat tree. And my cat just leapt up there. So he's up there with the other cat, and they're tolerating each other. He probably won't be making an appearance today. He was a little miffed at me when I started setting up the table. He was a little scared. But there you have it. Good morning, Kendra. How are you today? As I was saying, I'm recovering from yesterday. I walked around a lot at the Choke Cherry Festival, and it was crazy and rainy, but like I said, it was fun. I got this cool thing. They even have acrylic turners here in Montana, I guess, and it's got stiletto on one end, which I think is really awesome. I got that for my book binding, and a seam ripper on the other end, and I just thought it was really pretty, so I picked that up. And she was like explaining to me what the colorful stuff was turned acrylic, and I'm like, oh yeah, honey, I know. I didn't want to tell her like I have a million of the acrylic diamond painting pens, but it just made me laugh. I was like, yeah, a diamond paint, and there's a lot of people that make the diamond painting pens from the acrylic. So that was fun. And I'm glad you're here, Kendra. That is exciting. I didn't know if anybody was going to show up. But I figured even if I'm talking to myself, get a live stream done while people are out of the house. My partner got a revolver for his birthday, and they are up at the gun range trying it out. So I'm happy for him, I guess. I'm a little disturbed at the lack of safety features on his gun, but what else is new, I guess. It's a good thing that I know he's a safe gun user, and he will be really careful with it, and he's not going to transport it loaded or anything like that. But there's some things where I'm like, oh, jeepers, like they let them make things like this. But he's pretty excited to try it out. So they're off doing that. And hopefully it won't rain too hard, because it's rainy again this morning. Oh, well, thank you. I am really happy to hear that. And I do the same thing when I'm on anyway, which is rarely lately, but it'll get better once things calm down. Because I'm really busy with like farmers market and things like that, which we skipped yesterday. And I went to the Choke Cherry Festival, and I'm kind of glad we skipped to the farmers market, because when I got to the Choke Cherry Festival, like a ton of regulars from our farmers market were at the festival. So it was really interesting. I'm betting our farmers market was just dead yesterday because there were so many people that would normally be at um the market were just at the festival. But a lot of the people that go to the market, they must just spend hours on the road because they go all over Montana. And we stopped at like this Amish grocery on the way home, and I got like saltwater taffy and caramels and just different things like that. And we took a picture, well, tried to take a picture in the giant Adirondack chair that they had. And like this nice couple that was stopping took the picture for us. And it turned out they actually took a video. So I'll probably just like stick that in a video later. But I was like, oh, well, oops. But yeah, I'm in pain today from all the walking, but I just, popped some ibuprofen and I'm stretching and all that kind of stuff. I think that's it for this color. Let's see. Yep. If I find another one, we can stab and grab. But I'm feeling a little bit, now that I'm like on the second row of this Victoria's Moon painting, I'm feeling a little bit better about it. It's not too bad to work with. I still think they're a little bit overpriced for the quality because like they're the same price as an Evermoment. But it's definitely not Evermoment quality, but they're not popping. And, the symbols are clear. And I think if they can get their company to not use, good morning, Therese, and good morning, Lori. If they can get their company to stop using boxes that are too small, I think that will help a lot with the issues that I saw a lot of, which is like the canvas being crumpled. Because I think what's happening is because all their canvases are true to size, that the shippers aren't realizing that like if it's a 60 by 60 canvas, you can't just use a 60 centimeter box because there's going to be, another 5 centimeters extra on top of that since the actual image is 60 by 60. But, I sent all that to Alvina in my email, and I'm going to have like probably once I finish this section, I'm going to film like a review video to put on the end of my unboxing and then get all that uploaded. And put that up. But I think if they can, at least for the squares, I don't know what the rounds are like because again, I just got a square. I figured I'd put them through their paces. But I think if they can like work on just a few little things, they'll be okay. But right now, the way things are, I wouldn't spend that much money to buy one. But I feel like I have kind of a middle ground opinion on them compared to what I've been seeing. And I thank you, Kendra. I think it is turning out really good. I think in the end, it's going to look really nice because though like the drills are, what am I trying to say? A little bit uneven. There's no popping. There's not a huge number of gapping or anything. And that's not going to be super visible or anything from a distance. So it's going to look really nice when it's done. And I'm going to be happy with it. So I'm feeling a lot better about it. I might take a break from it once I get my mystery canvas kitted up because I'm like really gung-ho to work on that one. But we're kind of going to see what happens. Yeah, there sure are a lot of mixed reviews. And I'm not sure I agree with all of them because some of them I've seen have been like, well, I mean, obviously if you get a bad canvas, you get a bad canvas. So that I definitely agree with. It's like, okay, well, that's crappy. But some of them I've seen have been like based on, like the quality of the image based on image size. Hey, Rebecca, I am doing great. How are you? But I'm going to do a video on this on how to like figure out what size your image has to be. It's just taking a lot of prep work because I have to like a lot more prep work than most of my videos because I have to like, you know, pick images and then go and convert them and everything. But I think that some of them just weren't like the image itself really did need to be bigger, like for it to look good. But you know, other ones, it's just, I think they might just need to get a different manufacturer or something. But you know, that's the nature of like they're basically doing a drop shipping. So it is what it is. So at this point, I'm just kind of staying neutral on it. I'm just going to say what my experience has been, which is that for a square that is priced the same as an Evermoment, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't pay that much for what I got. I don't know if you guys just saw it, but that was my mother-in-law's cat running in the background because my brother-in-law who is here, he's really quiet. So he's the only one that stayed behind. He usually sleeps during the day because he works a night shift. He just came out of the bathroom to go in his bedroom and she's like, oh, someone's going to feed me. So she wandered off over there, not realizing, no one's going to feed you. She's already been fed. She's on a diet. So of course she wants more food. Huh, interesting. That's interesting, Kendra. I wouldn't be surprised. I try, I don't know. I try to stay like just judge everyone on their own merits, but that's just me. All right, let's see. I'm just thankful that like I'm not in the middle of the drama. And I've had like an okay experience. I did find a Mandy Manzano that hasn't been on Diamond Art Club, and I did draw their attention to it. And I was like, hey, you know, just so you know, this artist only works with this diamond painting company, and this is one of her pieces, so you might want to take it down. And they did. So I think, you know, I think they could be okay, but I don't know if they don't. There's a lot of stuff they need to improve before they become like a huge contender or anything. So we'll kind of just see what happens with them. I'm waiting to see what happens with Dreamer Designs because they're supposed to have their 2.0 canvas come out. And I'm kind of interested to see how good that is because I was really impressed like with their actual canvas and working on it. The first one I did was Carmel Tide Pools. I didn't really like how the image turned out, but I posted about that and they actually sent me a new image. So I was really impressed with their customer service anyway. So we'll see how that turns out. But otherwise, I just kind of like, you know, as far as premium priced diamond painting companies, really not many people have been able to touch Diamond Art Club yet. How so, Kendra? I'm just curious. Yeah, I agree about Dreamer Designs. Like their actual working with it was really nice, and I know that they did have fraying, but like honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Like I loved working with their canvas. Like even like because right after them, I started Catbat, my Diamond Art Club. And I was even like, ooh, like they actually kind of went out a little bit. Like I like their glue a little bit better than than Diamond Art Clubs too. I just wish they would get more designs because like now I'm like bored of I've got everything I want and I'm like, I want more, I want more. I also wish like that Dreamer Designs had like released, and I don't know, maybe they will release more, but I wish they'd grabbed up more of the Sagittarius um studio or whatever, Sagittarius gallery designs before DIY Moon Shop grabbed them because I just can't afford DIY Moon. I think that even if I save up, I may not be able to justify. Maybe that's what I'll ask my partner to get me for my birthday is DIY Moon. Because my birthday's, gosh, what is it, Wednesday or Thursday, the 12th, whatever that day that is. And he hasn't gotten me anything yet. And I'll just be like, oh, here, this is what I want. Because I really love those Super Mario themed ones. And he never, but I mean, I think even he would be like, ooh, that's too much to spend on your birthday. But we'll see. I'll have to talk to him when he gets home. And yeah, I'm like, I have a mixed mind about the stolen stuff because like it's definitely selectively applied. Like not many people are talking about the fact that like you know, a lot of the artwork is just kind of lifted. You know, I basically have decided that I only make an issue of it or feel bad about it if I find an artist that has already licensed their designs somewhere. Because otherwise I'm just like, you know, I can't put the energy into it, I guess. And I know that that is an ethical gray area. And if people want to like drag me on YouTube for it, like then feel free. So, you know, like for example, the cat bat, I bought that on AliExpress because I saw it and was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Before I even knew that was a Diamond Art Club artist and that they'd lifted it from there. And I also got another one from that artist before I knew that Diamond Art Club had anything by that artist as well. And so like I'm not going to throw those out or anything either. But you know, I also realized that like a lot of the stuff on there, like nobody's got permission or anything. And then also like it's AliExpress. Like I bought some enamel pins from there and I had them on, like I have this bag that I got that has like special spots on it for enamel pins. And my friend saw them and she's like, oh, that's this and that artist. And I'm like, uh-oh. I totally got them from like a Chinese knockoff site. So like it's kind of just like what you know. And you can it's fine, Kendra. All right, I'll see you in a minute. But yeah, so like I kind of feel like if you're gonna shop on AliExpress, you kind of just have to realize like you're probably buying a Chinese knockoff that's been stolen from somewhere. And I don't necessarily think that at some point anybody knows that they're like at some point it's just so diffuse that people don't know they're stealing. Somebody knew at some point they were stealing. But you know, like it gets to the point where it's just like so back on down the line that you just can't know anymore who originally had it. And that's when I'm like, okay, I can't keep track. I also do junk journals. And so I was one of the people I watch had a whole video about how like some of her images were being stolen and used as like part of paper packs on AliExpress. And I was like, oh boy, I didn't even think about that because like yikes. And they definitely were. And a long time ago I did I was into, I should say, um Asian ball jointed dolls. I get what you're saying too, Rebecca. It's a sticky issue, I think. I don't like that it's being done in the first place. Um, but I also like am not gonna pretend like I'm like super ethically great about um, you know, I'm not gonna buy from somebody who's got one stolen image posted or whatever either, because the truth is that I'm not ethically great like that. Like it's just not one of the issues that I'm great about. But anyway, back to the Asian ball jointed dolls. AliExpress and sites like that have a lot of what they call recasts. Um, I do. I definitely do. Which is where, and if you know anything about the ball jointed dolls, they're like these really expensive resin cast dolls. And when I say really expensive, I mean like the cheap ones are like $200 and the expensive one can be thousands. And basically, what people will do is they'll buy like the really popular ones and then send them to a company that will cast them from that one. So immediately you're already getting a copy. And then that company will sell it for cheaper on like AliExpress or Taobao is another one. But that one you can't like. I think it's actually an like an Alibaba group company, but you have to like go through someone who can speak Chinese or whatever language they're using. It's a real pain in the butt. And I think they actually don't even ship to US addresses. Like you have to have it shipped to someone and then they ship it to you. It's a real pain in the butt. I don't do it. But like when I was big in that community, like you would get kicked out of a group for posting pictures of a recast doll. And people would like do good morning, Cheryl and Tippy Joy. People would like do detective work. Like if you had a model of a doll that was in a different skin color that it came in originally, they would like kick you out. And when I first joined up, like some of my dolls are old, like from gosh, like 2005. And you didn't get a certificate of authenticity with these dolls. And now like I can't even sell those because they don't have the certificate of authenticity and I can't prove that it's not a recast. So, it's and like I don't want to take money away from like artists who are, creating those things. And I think that's a little bit of a different situation than a diamond painting, obviously, because like an artist, basically, like for example, the artist that did this painting, whoever she is, or he, if it's a he, I don't know, I'm terrible. I shouldn't assume, or they, if they're non-binary. But whoever they are, like they're not losing money directly by me doing this diamond painting, if they didn't give permission to whoever to make this diamond painting. But like a recast ball jointed doll, like that's different. So, it kind of, it's all crazy, but it's a real sticky subject and I try not to get into it too deep. And I don't think anybody said anything that seemed bad, but if you did, you can fight amongst yourself, guys. But I'll let you know I'm not offended by anything anybody said. You'd have to say something pretty bad or anti-gay for me to get mad at you. I tend to be pretty good-natured unless you're like straight up bigoted towards me or my friends, and then I'm like, hold up. I wonder where my cat has a bed behind me and he has curled up in there. I guess he decided when the other cat moved that he wasn't gonna need to stay up there and have his little dominance contest with her. So now he's curled up in his little bed. I would show you, but I don't want to give everyone motion sickness trying to move the laptop. I thought about doing drills and chills, but I don't know if I have anything spooky, and I'm not sure if anything spooky would get here in time. I already finished Cat Bat. I feel like that would count. I should really go through my little booklet of what I have because I might have something spooky and I'm just not remembering it. Or autumn themed, whatever. Let's see, what do I have that's Lisa Frank themed? Maybe I have something Halloween Lisa Frank. I do have like a, and it's not really Halloween or spooky or autumn, but I have a Lisa Frank, like Yoshi painting that I want to do, but like I have so many paintings, like I want to do all of them right now, but I can't. And then of course, when I'm up for a next painting, I'm like, oh no, what do I do next? But yeah, I don't even know if I have like a fall themed. I must. I think my judging from the colors in my mystery diamond painting, that might be fall themed. So maybe I'll get away with that one, the drills and chills too. We'll see when I get started on that one. It's so tempting to look. I'm terrible with surprises sometimes. Like I just want to peel the paper back and look at it. And I'm like, nope, don't do it. Don't be a cheater. Yep, that's what I'll do. And we almost went to Glacier Park yesterday, which was what my original plan is. I don't know how many of you hang out in Wolfpack's live, but that's what I had said we might be doing then. But then I looked it up, and they have like a shuttle bus that runs along the Going to the Sun Road, and that only runs till Labor Day, so I missed it by a week. And I decided, okay, well, I don't have time to actually like book a tour. So we'll just go to the Choke Cherry Festival, which I literally heard about on Friday night. Excuse me. Gotta reach my dinner. Excuse my arm flaps. Oh, I have a fun story. So the thing you guys should know about me is that I am fat and I'm in the fat acceptance community, so I don't care that I'm fat. And I do have like my fat like hangs in my arm, so super fun. Whenever I fly, you have to go through the thing to like scan your body. And the last time I was in Denver, they did that. And the lady was like, okay, I need you to step over here so I can check your muscles. And I was just like, oh, bless your heart. Just like, oh, honey, they're not muscles. But it just made me laugh so hard. And it's like, an inside joke now between me and my partner. I just laugh with him about it. And like that shows how much I've like how far I've come, because like even 10 years ago, I think I probably would have broke down and cried after that. But like now I'm just like, oh, that's so funny. She said they were my muscles. But I hate those scanner things because they really are like anything they think is weird. They're just like, oh, here we go. We're going to do a pat down and a body scan. Have fun. Like I wore a dress one time through our little airport and they had to do like a full body pat down because like I could be hiding something under my dress. Turkeys. The Choke Cherry Festival was yesterday, Lori, in Lewistown. So we went up there or down there. I can never remember which way it is. I guess it's a little bit down because it's towards Billings. And we went over there and stopped at the Big Sky Grocery on the way back, and then a couple historic points just so I could take pictures, and saw a couple of the what the hayride things. Yeah, it's always the Saturday after Labor Day, the first Saturday after Labor Day. I think I put way too many in here because I don't even know if I'm going to find any of, oh, there's one, any of this color. I just realized, but I think I probably could have grabbed and stabbed it. That's what happens when you guys distract me. Let's see. There's another one. What you doing, Polyglot? I think he's confused as to why I'm talking. So he's like shifting in his little basket. Like, what is happening? No one else is here. Oh, cool, Lori. I'm also in Great Falls. We should meet up for coffee sometime. Well, not coffee because I don't do coffee. But yeah, I was I was at Roadhouse for dinner on Friday, and the owner was like talking to somebody and he was like, "Oh, are you going to the hay thing?" And or are you going to Choke Cherry Festival? And I was like, that's what we can do on Saturday because my partner had Saturday off. And I was like, oh, perfect. I'm gonna do that because we're not going to Glacier. No, I wish we lived in Bozeman sometimes, but I've actually started to like Great Falls, so I'm okay with it. But no, I live here in Great Falls, and I've been here since 2011. And I'm originally from upstate New York, so like I super hated it here, and also like it wasn't my choice to move here at the time. It was kind of like an unexpected, like, oh, you have to move, and I was like, well, I don't want to, but I did. And then around about 2013, I really started to appreciate it here. So I am now like all in, super happy with it. Not even sure if I would. It depends on the opportunity. I might move back east because there's still stuff I miss like back there, like Wegmans grocery store. Have a friend who just moved back east and she's been shopping at Wegmans, and I'm like so freaking mad at her. It is. I'm from like the country part of New York, so like it's not too bad, but like I'm used to there being like, you know, little town, not little town, half an hour of nothing, little town. And then, you know, big town, 2 hours, big town, you know, like it's definitely different. But you know, luckily we're in Great Falls and it's not too bad. Like here, at least I can get most places I need to in like 20 minutes. So I did too many of these, I think, as well. I do not, but where's it close to? If it's on the Hudson River, I'm not like super familiar with that area because I'm from like up by the St. Lawrence River near Canada. Oh yeah, I'm like 2 hours north of Syracuse is where I'm from. Rebecca, if you're looking to like be healthier and you're thinking that's why you need to lose weight, you should look into health at every size. It doesn't mean you don't have to lose weight because like sometimes being healthier will mean that you'll lose weight. What did I do with my pen? Oh, there it is. But it kind of helps you go from where you are and work on things that are actually going to make you healthier rather than just focusing on weight loss. And it has done wonders for me in terms of helping me be healthier because I'm recovering from an eating disorder. And I have been fat my entire life. And essentially, my dieting was just making me fatter because after I would diet, I would, of course, fall off the wagon and just end up fatter in the end. And I haven't, I don't have like some huge weight loss to be able to say like, oh, it worked for me. I lost a huge amount of weight. But I have not gotten any fatter since I started my recovery and started health at every size, but I have gotten significantly healthier. So I would for sure look into that. And it really helps with your mental health along with your physical health. And I recommend that to everybody. Just like as I said before, I'm a big proponent of fat acceptance. And I think that if we stop focusing solely on the weight, everybody will be healthier in the end. So that's just my little spiel. I don't bring it up too much because I don't like to invite the trolls. There's a lot of trolls and people who don't understand that health at every size is not just saying like that everyone is healthy no matter what. And also like I want to preface that with saying like you have no obligation to be healthy if you don't. Some people can't be healthy. I have chronic health conditions that I know will never go away. But if you are the type of person who is trying to do the best with what you've got, health at every size is a really great way to do that and to help with that. So I would definitely look into that for anybody who is struggling with being healthy and having a healthy mindset. So anyway, that's my little Sunday soapbox. Well, see, that's a body image thing. So you just have to kind of work on that. But that's, definitely look into like body positivity and stuff like that too. There's a lot of work into that. And just like there's some really great stuff going on right now, is all I can say. But it's oh my God, I think I'm putting the wrong color. Yep. At least I only did it for like 4 drills. All right, back to doing the right one. Anywho, I'm trying to think. Let's see what else is going on in my life. I'm still stressed out from the stuff that I can't talk about for legal reasons. I can't even remember if like I uploaded a video about it, but there's like some stuff that's been going down since last month that really stinks, and I know we're going to get through it. It's not anything like personal. It's all with my volunteer work, and we're going to get through it, and it's not like a big deal in the long run, but it's really frustrating when like other people like put stuff on you and there's nothing you can do about it, and they're just being total buttheads. But as I know through all my countless years of therapy and work on myself and stuff, like you can't control other people. So I'm gonna just, you know, take it as it goes, work on myself, try to maintain, keep my stress levels down as much as possible. Diamond painting helps with that. Like I said earlier, I'm also doing some junk journaling. So I'm doing a little bit of paper crafting stuff to keep my mind off things. Wish I had some more PTO at work because I would take that in a heartbeat. But unfortunately, I'm basically taking that as fast as I can accrue it. And I need to always save a little bit because I have therapy every 2 weeks and that kind of stuff. So I just kind of go with the flow. But, I tell myself life is really good right now for me. Because, I think 2 years ago, I was unemployed. Like I had just started to get better from all my health problems because before that, I didn't qualify for Medicaid until the ACA was enacted. So I was sick until that. So I was just recovering from my health problems. I still hadn't found a job. And, we were struggling for money and stuff like that. And then, like it'll be 2 years ago next month, I found the job that I have now and, was told that I was hired for it. And then 2 years ago in November, I actually started. And now I have money. I'm not in the unexpected debt. I'm paying off my car and stuff. So like I'm still in debt, but like it's the debt I chose rather than the debt that I didn't choose. And life is good. So I am just going to remember that, even though it's extra stressful right now. Let's see. All right, where else? I saw another one. There we go. I always hate that when you like know that you saw one, but you can't find it. Because then you get ready to put it away. And then as soon as it's away, you find that symbol again. Although I don't think that's going to happen this time because I think I really do have all of them. Oh, nope, I was wrong. As soon as I told myself I got them all, there was another one. All right, I think this time I really do have them all. All right, only a few of these. Now I'm like looking at the image and I'm thinking, oh, I should get like a prettier blanket on our couch and things like that. So if we do more lives, you might see the scenery change a little bit. I'd like to be able to set them up downstairs, but in our room we have like very, very limited space. So I will probably keep setting them up upstairs here rather than downstairs. I might make it so I can do it in my nicer chair though, because this one's not super great. Okay, that's it for this color. So depending on how I feel, I think what I'll do is I'm going to finish this section and then probably call it a day. Like I said, I don't have any kind of set fixed plan for all this, but that seems like a reasonable chunk of painting. Let's see. Ooh, I hope I don't need to refill wax because I did not bring wax with me. Welcome back, Kendra. I'm gonna have to like make a little kit that's my live streaming kit so that I know I have everything for it. But this is my first one. You live, you learn. Okay. I love my little multi-placer checkerboard. You guys, oh yeah, you definitely can't see it from this angle. We'll see if I can rig something up for my next one so people can see it better. But if you haven't seen it already, I did do a demo video, and I'm going to do a better one later because the zoom in made it blurry. But it just makes things line up so much better. All right, let's see. Now we're getting down to the last few of this color. Oh wait, I lied. There's a whole bunch down here. Thanks. And yeah, I am gonna just make a little packet of like I got all kinds of little containers hiding downstairs, and like this is the one that I carry with me for anywhere. Like I have a whole separate kit for working at work. I even have a hand turned pen and everything now for work only. And I keep that there, and I just you do my little 15 by 20 paintings I got from Yahuwah store until I run out at work. And then I might sneak like a bigger 30 by 40 or something to work. We'll see. We're doing a lot more stuff off the phone lately. Oh yeah, I could see how that would definitely probably not help a lot, Kendra. I'm kind of afraid to work on my Huacans. I haven't done any of them yet. Because like when I ordered them, everyone was, well, not everyone, but all the stuff I saw was saying, oh yeah, Huacan's fine now. And then like as soon as I had ordered them and pulled the trigger, it was like, oh wait, maybe it's not. And I'm like, oh great. So everything looks okay. The canvases are fine. So we're gonna see when I do finally get around to them if they're any good. But I figure it can't be as bad as the first few squares that I did, well, the first couple squares, which I can't even remember where they were from, but they popped so bad. I still have one from there that I'm just considering not even doing because it was so bad. And it's big, which is the problem. It's this was another one, another Mandy Manzano I bought before I knew Mandy Manzano was a Diamond Art Club artist. Those princess ones that they've been putting out. This is like those, but it's a Maleficent. Excuse me, guys. Which I can safely say that if Diamond Art Club puts one of those out, like a Maleficent one, I'm going to be hopping straight on that. And my credit card bill will be large that month because I won't be able to resist. I've been doing a lot better, not just, randomly purchasing stuff, but there are certain things that I will just not be able to restrain myself. And that will be one of them. For show. I had a hard time this weekend with the releases from that new artist that they've got. But the one I really wanted, which was like the golden mermaid with kind of like the darker background. I forget the name of it. But that one didn't look as good in the render. So I was like, okay, well, that's enough to hold me off. Oh, Kendra. Oh, I got Hello Beastie. Because I didn't think it looked that bad. I'm usually in the minority actually, as far as like the paintings that that Diamond Art Club thinks are too, or that people in general think are too small. Like I think that even on the ones that maybe would look better, bigger, I think Diamond Art Club does a really good job charting things in a small size. So whenever they do a price reduction, if it's a painting I like, I will buy it. But sometimes, and I like that they're putting the renders in now, and I know they're doing it because of the pixelation, but sometimes the colors are more off than I would like, and that's what I really like being able to see. Also, Kendra, I am really sad that that squares feel like something you have to beat for you. Because I don't feel that way at all. I love squares, but I'm willing to bet that you haven't had like a really good square to work on. Or wait, no, you were the one saying you loved the the Dreamer design squares. So yeah, the ones you have that are bad, feel free to feel like you have to beat them into submission. Because if it's a bad square, there's no way to make that fun. Like you just have to plug along on it or decide that it's too much for you. And there's just nothing you can do other than just like, and it's all really personal when it's gonna be too much. But I love squares. I just don't love when they pop all over the place because it's not cool. I get mad at it. Not like super mad, not like Jeremy Fryer mad. That those videos where he was getting so angry, I had to turn it off. I was just like, oh man. And that's good. I'm glad it's not in a bad way. Because I'm definitely like a spread the gospel of the square diamond painting type person, but I also am not going to try to be like, oh yeah, but like squares can be really bad. I'm not going to be like, no, squares are always the best. Never, never. It's never hard to work on a square because sometimes squares are terrible. But I just love how they look and but I would never fault like because I know there's a lot of people that work only on rounds and I would never fault somebody for that. Like I completely get it. There you go. I agree. It definitely is how you look at it. Years of therapy have taught me that. I when I first got here to Great Falls, I was in like a dialectical behavioral therapy class. So we did a lot of that, like kind of changing how you look at things stuff, but it really truly is. Um, you can for sure do a lot with changing your outlook and approaching things in a different way. And it still helps a lot, like especially with interpersonal things. Like this is very tangential. So like sorry for changing the subject, guys. But like I have some clashes with my mother-in-law sometimes because we live here with my in-laws. And whenever like I love when my partner can give me some insight into why we have a clash. Like one of the things he finally like figured out and helped me understand was that in my family, if we had a problem with something, we bring it up way early. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, we would bring it up if it's like bothering us on at like a 3. His family waits till it's like a 7 or an 8. So they expect if they bring it up, you're just going to listen and not push back. Whereas when my family brings something up, it's a negotiation. So we immediately are like, okay, well, what about blah, blah, blah? And start, not maybe not pushing back, but like saying, okay, well, can we can we do this? Can we do that? So we would get in these huge issues because his mom would bring something up to me and I would immediately be like, oh, okay, well, what about this or that? And I didn't realize that to her, that was me like completely disregarding her opinion and thinking that it like didn't matter. And I didn't realize that for her, that was me not realizing that this really mattered. So, it was super helpful for him to point that out to me because now if something gets brought up, I can be like, okay, pause a minute, realize that she's probably been thinking about this for a while. And it's time, I can think about it and, really formulate a response and think, okay, is this something I can change? Or is this something that we do have to have like a negotiation on? So that has been really helpful. So just stuff like that, it just really helps to change your outlook. So if you view things as a challenge rather than just like, something horrible, such as like square diamond paintings, they're not all bad. Sometimes they're challenging, or sometimes they are bad. We'll have to accept that. It really can enhance your view and your experience of life, I feel. But, that's me getting philosophical on a Sunday morning, I guess. All right, let's see. This one's the dollar sign. And I'm kind of disappointed it's not like green or something, but I'm sure some country has money this color. Woo. All right, let's see. That's it for that one. We got saltwater taffy yesterday, and it's all I can do not to just eat like the whole bag of it. But I just remind myself that, like, I want to have some left over for tomorrow. Because even though it feels good to eat it now, I want to eat some tomorrow too. All right, there we go. Let's see. Shift positions a little so I don't. Oh, okay. Gotta stretch my legs. And by stretch my legs, I just mean stretch them out under the table. I definitely should have brought my easel in from the car, but this was super, super rushed and last minute. But I'll do that. Like, I'll try that setup later today as an experiment and see how it works. Because, ooh, and I bet that'll look a lot better on the camera too. I have this easel I got on sale at Michael's like probably 2 months ago. It's just been sitting in my car doing nothing because I don't have room for it downstairs in my room. It's only an upstairs diamond painting aid, and I never get to diamond paint upstairs. So that needs to change. But I mean, to be honest, I do sometimes feel like kind of judged by my in-laws. Eating, drilling, and typing at the same time sounds like an Olympic sport. That's like way too much to try to do all at once. I listened to this podcast called My Brother and Me, and they had it's a comedy podcast, so they do comedy bits sometimes. And one of the ones that I remember them doing was like during Olympics time, them coming up with like stupid Olympic sports. Like just fake Olympic sports. And I can't even think of a good example of one right now, but they were just hilarious. Pretty much, now that I think about it, like all the podcasts I listen to regularly are comedy podcasts. And I think that probably says something about my life because I definitely like need that outlet of comedy. Otherwise, I am just a miserable person. My mother-in-law's cat is like over on the floor, like over there, and she's just sitting there staring at me with this look that I do not like. What do you want, Santana? You want to come here? You afraid to walk by me? I won't do anything, I promise. I think she's afraid to walk by me to get up on the cat tree, which is silly, but I'm the one who clips her nails because my mother-in-law is like one step up from legally blind. She has really bad eyesight, so she can't do it. And everyone else in this house didn't grow up with animals, so they're all really afraid and just end up taking too long, and she gets squirmy. So I grew up with animals, so I just kind of am really good at like grabbing her little paw. And she just rolled over on the floor and showed me her belly. So apparently she's totally fine. So I'm just really good at grabbing her paw, getting the clout out. Okay, see you, Kendra. It's really good to see you. You have a good time today. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but she just mewed. What's in there? What are you getting at? She's trying to get inside the closet door. And there's like a pretty big gap under the closet. Mew. Now she's staring at me again. Oh my God. This cat, I'm telling you, she's crazy. Can you guys see her over there? Yep, there she is. You can see her. Let me see. She's right there. There you can see her. She's oblivious. She doesn't know she's on TV. What you doing, Santana? Well, I guess I'm just going to leave her alone because she's just going to keep staring at me. And I'm sure it's probably something freaking her out about how I'm talking to nobody from her perspective. But, you know, she's going to have to deal with it. My cat's gotten used to it, so he's just still, well, he's not sleeping. He's got one eye open looking at her because they kind of get along. But he's got to let her know who's boss. And she's got to let him know who's got claws. All right, arrows, arrows, arrows. Where are you? There's another one. That is one thing that I hate is when companies will have multiple symbols with arrows, because even if you change the direction of the arrow and the color of the arrow, there will inevitably be a spot, and hopefully it's just a little spot, but there will be a spot where I'll be like, this is the arrow, and then I'll pick the wrong color for that arrow. And happened to me on my Dreamer Designs painting. They had two, one that was like a black arrow inside a white, and one that was a white arrow inside a black. And I ran out of 310 before I realized that I was doing it wrong. And I was like, oh my God. So I had to pull all the 310 off the canvas. Nightmare. But, you know, I fixed it and it still didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. All right. Bloop. Bloop. No, don't fall. There we go. Okay. Yep. I haven't had any paintings with multiple triangles like that, but that would for sure get me messed up, especially because I am always flipping my paintings around. Um Not so much with this one, but especially with a smaller painting, I am always flipping that sucker upside down, sideways, you know, front to back, whatever. I'm always flipping that thing all over the place. And that would just really, really get me. All right, guys, my teeth are floating, so I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. I'm going to turn you around here so you can look at my sleeping cat. And I will be right back. Alrighty, I have returned. All right, and I'm glad you guys kept yourselves occupied. And I was hoping Polyglot would do something cute, but it doesn't look like he did much. Maybe he turned around a little bit, but anywho, back to work. I'm jealous that Therese has puppies to cuddle. I don't want puppies like to keep in my house, but I want puppies to cuddle once in a while. Because I think dogs are too much work for me. I'm a cat person, but I love like someone else's dog that I can just like kiss and hug and run around with for a little bit. Oh, nice. Quilting sounds fun. That is a craft that I dabbled in for a short period of time. And then put my stuff away and haven't gotten back out. And am kind of afraid to get back out because there's only so many crafts I can be into in one period of time, like in any given moment. And I'm trying to keep it limited because we have such limited space. But if we ever get our own place, oh my God, it's gonna be a free-for-all craft-wise. We'll just put it that way. Like craft room, more like craft rooms. That is, I think, the hardest part, Rebecca, is the after the first chain. Because it's not really super straightforward in my opinion, like where you're supposed to pick up the loops from. But the good news on it, I feel, is that I think there's a couple different ways to do it. So I don't necessarily know that there's a wrong way to do it. But as someone who like learned to crochet and knit before YouTube, I cannot believe how much easier it is to learn things like now that we have YouTube. Like it is crazy. Like sometimes I'll go, like if there's something I need a refresher on or something, I go YouTube it and I'm like, holy cow. Or when I couldn't figure out which hole in my car was the one that I put the wiper fluid in or something. I can't remember exactly what I was trying to put. Well, one of the fluids in my car. And I just like literally go to YouTube and like put in the make and model of my car and the thing I was trying to do. And there was a video that like pointed it out to me. I was like, thank freaking God for YouTube. Like it is the best thing ever because holy cow, like I taught myself to knit when I was 8. And then, I don't know, I was probably like 15. I realized I'd been doing it backwards for like years. And like, oh yeah, that explains why I had so many troubles with like lace patterns and anything that needed a yarn over, because I was doing it backwards. So I was always like doing like a whole extra wrap in my yarn over, because I would look at like the diagram and be doing it from the wrong side, and everything would have like an extra loop, and I just didn't know why. So now I'm like so grateful for stuff like that. So just keep at it. Also I will say that like especially with crochet, like everything feels so weird when you're first doing it, and you really, that's one of those ones you just have to keep at it. Like it's going to feel weird, it's not going to feel right. But if you just can figure out that you're doing it right and just keep at it, eventually you get it. But I think that that's the hardest part after you get the chain, is just figuring out how to do the next part. So don't feel bad that you're having trouble with it, because that's the worst. After you get that first row though, like it's super easy. I shouldn't say it's super easy, but it's easier comparatively. Yeah, I really was into tatting for a little while, because I liked how it looked, and it wasn't until YouTube that I could figure out how to do it, because like I had all these like old, vintage craft books and stuff when I was little, and I didn't have anybody who knew how to do it to teach me. And those books are all but useless. Like I think now that I kind of know how to do it a little bit, looking at the books, like I can understand what they're saying, but having no clue how to do it, I was like, I don't understand what this is. And one YouTube video, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. It's another reason I was so glad YouTube existed for diamond painting. One of my friends, I gave her a diamond painting, and I wish I'd been around her, because she was telling me she struggled trying to figure out what the wax was for. And I was like, oh, honey, why didn't you just YouTube it? Because, most of the, especially if it's like from AliExpress, most of those printed instructions are not useful at all. But as drama ridden as it is, thank Pete for YouTube. Thank heaven, thank whoever. I don't know. Is there a guy that invented YouTube? I don't know his name if there is. I'm terrible like that. I don't know my internet history. It was Al Gore, right? Okay. That's it for this one. Okay, this one was the flower. My partner's uncle also will use it a lot when he's doing little repairs around our house, because like even if you know like the basic stuff of how to say replace a faucet or whatever, like there'll be like one little thing that's different about a certain model or whatever. And the advent of internet video has been a huge boon for stuff like that. So I'm always super grateful that I grew up when I did, and that I've come of age in this time of endless information. There's just countless things that I'm so happy to have. So for speaking of things I'm also happy to have, so this past weekend, I didn't go because we couldn't make the trip. It was just too far. Was not Big Sky, because Big Sky Pride was in June. June. And I did go to that. And I have some video clips up in my channel with the winner of my Pride giveaway. But the Billings does 406 Pride every year, and so they had that this weekend. And oh wow, am I really just down to 3 colors left? Nice. Anyway, this past week, someone slashed like 3 of their banners with knives. Well, I assume with knives. It could have been with anything, but they like slashed 3 of their banners around Billings. And it just like made me so angry that like we're still in a world and a state. I mean, I know it's Montana. I'm not surprised that someone did that, but like I'm just upset about it. But someone slashed their banners. And what Santana? Come here. She's over there meowing for no reason. She never meows like that when I'm around. This is the weirdest thing. Anyway, someone slashed their banners, and I haven't heard about anything happening during the actual event, but like that just made me so angry, and I was really upset about it. But hopefully everything went okay, because like I said, I haven't heard any news about other than that about violence. Usually there's like 1 or 2 protesters at the parade that'll be like, just shouting scripture. That's it. As if, that's going to do something. But we had our like events coordinator go, because he is a drag queen who like hosts events and stuff. So he was there to host one of their like main shows, I think. And what? And we had I think it's James Mansfield from Drag Race there. And it was like just like a 1-day thing rather than like the full weekend, but it looked like a load of fun. So I'm really kind of sad that I had to miss it, but Billings was just too far. But I get sick of that kind of stuff, like, and I kind of just had to be, because a lot of people around here don't think that like the LGBTQ center and stuff like that need to exist, because they don't think that LGBT people still experience any kind of discrimination or anything. And it's like, okay, but we do though. Like, look at what just happened. I have friends who, if they're perceived, like even if they're not gay, but if they're perceived to be gay, like they can't get housing from some places and things like that. And so I've got like a whole think piece I'm writing for it to put in our newsletter and up on the website, because I'm so miffed. But hopefully the hopefully the sadness of what happened didn't make it any less fun of an event for everybody. And as far as I can tell, it didn't, but it did, you know, kind of upset me a lot because I couldn't go. And it just made me really think about everybody who's just kind of like, oh, you know, you guys are doing great, aren't you? And I'm like, nope, not really. On the other hand, though, the week before school started at the farmers market, we had a bunch of parents that were like super supportive of their kids coming up to us and like offering to volunteer and saying how happy they were that we were there and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I have to remember that, like, as much as there are still people out there that want to, you know, pretend like gay people don't exist or that we're, you know, bad people for being LGBTQ or all that kind of stuff, like, there are still, you know, really amazing, wonderful people that, you know, love and support everyone. And that is what I got to focus on, and to remember that that's why I do the work I do, and that's why we have the center, is to bring together everybody who is supportive and to make everyone see that, like, we're not, you know, we're not really that different. We're like normal people, and that you can just accept us, and that's fine. So, all right, we're on the last color, guys. Oh, she finally found her way over to the cat tree. She stopped meowing at me and found her way over there. Alrighty, let's see. Bloop, there we go. Hi, Jeremy. Good morning. How are you? I am doing good. We just, I'm just thinking of this. Bow season just started out here this weekend. So all my work friends that hunt have been out doing that. I went to the Chokecherry Festival because I don't hunt, but I do sure enjoy the fruits of their labor if they share them with me. And my partner is out trying his new revolver that he got for his birthday last week. Oh, and I think I didn't show this to everybody, but yesterday at the Chokecherry Festival, they had someone there that did like turn things. So I got this turned seam ripper and stiletto combo. So let's see. this is the seam ripper. And it basically, it's like this little thing in here. And so you pull it out and you can put it on there and it goes in. And then you can put it back in there like that. And then on this end is the stiletto, which I don't even know why they picked that, but I'm going to use it for bookbinding. And it's like this pretty green and yellow color. And I'm just super, super chuffed about this. And that was yesterday at the Choke Cherry Festival that I found that. And it was really funny because the lady there was like explaining that the colorful ones were like poured acrylic. And Therese, I think you might like that anybody who does the hand turned diamond painting pens, because these things come in kits. So I bet that they could find the kit to make one of these, like at any of those places that sell the blanks and stuff. I haven't actually like looked for them, but I know that that's where they get them. So like, I know that they could find things like that, because I'm gonna point those out to a couple of the sellers, because I bet that they could get people that want like seam rippers and things like that. But I was really excited, so I picked that up yesterday at the Choke Cherry Festival. And I think that was all I purchased at the festival. And then we went to the Amish grocery and I got basically candy. I got saltwater taffy and English toffees and caramels and some dehydrated green beans, because I really like those. Oh, nice. I don't know when rifle season starts here. I think it's probably in a few weeks. Because I'm terrible and I basically know the weekend it starts, because that's when people at work start talking about it. But I'm hoping my in-laws decide that they want to go this year so that we can get maybe an elk or something. Because that would be real great. But my mother-in-law's like, I don't know where we'd put it. And I'm like, we'd make room. We have enough freezer space. We just have to clear some stuff out. And if we don't have enough freezer space, we have friends. We can get rid of it. Like, that's fine. Oh, me too. Saltwater taffy, the best. I got peppermint and chocolate and strawberry and huckleberry. Because obviously got to get huckleberry because it's Montana and that's what we're famous for. Yeah, so all right, guys, I have finished this section, so I think I am going to call it a day. Thanks everybody for showing up. It was really great to see you. I'm glad that everybody showed up. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to show up, but it was wonderful to chat with you guys and to finish this. Let me tilt you up here and then I'll give you a full in progress shot of my Victoria's Moon painting here. This is what we've got done so far. And I think it looks pretty good. Get it a little close up there. Like it looks fine, you know. It's not popping, which I'm pretty happy about. And yeah. I will catch you guys later on my next video, and thanks so much for showing up. You have a great day. Bye-bye.